Hey guys, so I am about to go home next week for Christmas, and I guess it's kind of ending like my first half-ish of my time here. So I thought I would talk about kind of what I've learned and what I'm really taking away from this experience now that I'm a little bit more comfortable with my school and my classes and my job here. I have my Christmas shirt on. I gave my Christmas presentation over American traditions with some pictures of stuff that my family does, and my kids loved it. I showed a video of one of the houses with the Christmas lights to music, and they thought that it was my house. So they probably think all houses in Texas do that now. So sorry guys, you are going to be known throughout Spain for having lights that move. But they really loved the presentation. They loved getting to see like my sister and my brother in my house, and that was fun. And it was cool to see how much English that they pick up for me, because my teacher could ask them, these are 6th graders, my teacher would ask them what I had just said in English, and they would be able to tell her in Spanish exactly what I had said. And they were really interested in it, and I think that making it personal really helped them care about it, because they know me and they've seen me every day. Some of them have seen me three times a week for the past 2 months. So we're getting to know each other, and you really, to really become comfortable with each other. So that's really fun. I'm also working with a lot of science classes. So I don't really get to bring a lot of anything about the States into science because they have a curriculum. Instead, I kind of just help with help with the lessons. So in my 5th and 6th grade classes, which is all with the same teacher, she has me read it in English and she explains it in Spanish, and then I lead the activities for the class that she's already typed up. So I just have to do what she says, and we teach the class, and it's great. We team teach basically, which is really cool because I really respect her. She's probably not that much older than me, but I really respect her as a teacher. She knows how to keep her kids under control. She knows what she wants to do, and it's really cool to get to see someone kind of just who is so comfortable in their classroom and doesn't have a problem having me come into class with them and just kind of do my own thing. Not do my own thing, but like fit my personality into her class. I'm actually friends with her on Facebook, so she comments on my Facebook a lot, so you guys can kind of get to know her. I'll see if I can post her link to her classes blog to my blog, because it's really cool. She posts stuff that they do and activities for them on her blog, which is fun. And she told me she thinks I'll be a great teacher, so that was really important to me, that someone who I really look up to thinks that about me already. My other science classes, in my 2nd grade one, the teacher is awesome and we get along really well, and she'll kind of give me free reign. She'll tell me what she wants what kind of activities she wants me to look for the next week, and I'll find it, and then I come in and do it. And then she has me read lessons and write on the board and just kind of be the teacher, and she'll sit at the back of the room and do some planning, and she's always there if I need help or questions, but she's really let me do my own thing, and giving me showed me that she trusts me enough to do it, which is really cool. I say a lot, and I'm really sorry. Let's see, my 3rd grade teachers, I have 2 different teachers for 3rd grade, and one is I didn't really like his class at first. It seemed like a lot of repetition in English and Spanish of the same thing over and over. But when he walks in, the kids they just light up. They're so excited to have science with him. And, kind of getting over my idea of what a class should be like, I've really learned to see his class and see that he does want the best for these kids, and he is trying to teach them the best way that he, in English, the best way he can. And so there's a lot of, the kids translate from English to Spanish and back and forth. Which is really cool, actually. I just wasn't used to it. And so he asked me, it's kind of funny because he asked me words he'll be like, well, what does STEM mean in Spanish? And if I can say Taya, then he's really excited then he's happy for me, because it shows that, I've learned some Spanish. I've learned a lot of words about plants. I can say semillas, Taya, raíces, hojas, flores, which is seeds, stem, roots, leaves, plants or flowers, and ramas is branches. So I've learned the parts of the plant just from going to his class so much, which is really cool, that he really is trying to help me learn things too. So it's kind of fun. On Tuesday he was basically kind of playing hangman with them with different words about the eyeball because we're learning about the sense of sight. And his last word that he picked the phrase blue eyes, because he had asked kids what color their eyes were, and then he'd asked me what color mine were, and I said blue. And the kids couldn't get it, and I couldn't get it either. And it was because we had the B and the S, we couldn't figure the rest out. And he was like, Miss Hampton, Mr. Rebecca has 2, and I was like, oh, I know. And the kids didn't know, and then when they figured it out, they all were all the ones close to me were just looking to see if her really did have blue eyes. So it was really just kind of fun to have fun with the subject and with him, and kind of get to see why the kids love him so much. And then my other class, I do a lot. I'm only in there for 30 minutes, and it's right before recess, so we kind of just do review activities. And she's been really good about having the kids speak to me in English at first, because I don't know Spanish, and now she's telling them that I want to learn Spanish, and so if they want to say something to me in Spanish, they have to slow it down and say it very slowly, which is really cool because it kind of shows the kids that, it kind of shows the kids how to talk to me in Spanish. Instead of some of the classes, the kids just talk to me in fluent Spanish as fast as they would talk to a native speaker, and then they don't really get why I can't understand them. So it's cool to have her explain that. And she's really nice, and she's really whatever activity I bring in, she's totally fine with and on board with, which is cool. So I really like all my science classes. And then my English classes, I love the first grade English class because they started off teaching me the Spanish words as I would teach them the English words. And one of them made an official deal with me that I'll teach them Spanish and they'll teach me English, and he was wanting me to know that. And this week they felt it very important to tell me that one of the kids in the class has a crush on me, and he wants to be my boyfriend. And I had to get their teacher to translate because everyone was just saying it all at once, and I didn't know. But they're just funny. They're 6 and some are 5, so I think they're young, what we would consider kindergarten. And they're learning to write. They kind of learn to write in a cursive here right away. They don't really do a lot of printing like we do. So that's been interesting to see. I can't really write on the board in that class because I don't write in cursive normally, especially on the board. So it's very confusing for the kids because it's letters they're not used to seeing, and they're still trying to figure that out. But the teacher there is probably my closest friend at school. She's my age, and she's just really young and fun, and nothing but welcoming and helpful, and teaches me words, and I teach her words. And if I have a question, I can go to her. It's really cool. And the other first grade teacher I have, she's actually applying to teach English in Louisiana, or teach in Louisiana next year. And so the other auxiliary and I are going to help her prepare as much as we can for her application, because that would be so cool to have her go to the States. She's really, you can tell she really cares about what she does. So we really want her to be there and really want to be a part of it. So cross your fingers for her. Her name is Marta, and she's super cool. And we'll see. I hope she can get it. And let's see. I have my 6th grade English classes it's great because I can talk to them. I can give a presentation and it doesn't need to be translated every sentence. And one of the teachers lets me just have her own, have a small group in the hall, and she'll tell me what to do, and then I come back in at the end of the class with them, and whatever we've done is what we've done, and that's fine with her. And so as long as they're practicing and listening and learning, we can do whatever. So we'll kind of start with the activity usually, and then we'll end up, I'll let them at the end kind of ask me questions about life or me or what they want to know about me. So that's fun. I help with a music class, which isn't my favorite because the teacher is very disorganized, I guess. And it's just not. It's not as uncomfortable environment for me as the other classes are. But it's getting better. We're kind of learning how to work with each other. And then I help that teacher with a 1st grade art class, and the 1st grade art class those kids are hilarious. Their classroom teacher is just so, you can tell she really loves her class, and she really loves 1st grade, and they really love her. And it just feels it's a very welcoming environment. Coming in, I didn't feel like I immediately felt like I was part of the class. And she's so cool. She's just so welcoming, and she doesn't speak English, not very well, so we practice. I practice my Spanish with her, and her kids speak to me in Spanish, and I speak to them in Spanish and English, and sometimes they speak to me in English, and that's really exciting when they do, because it's usually words they've learned from me. So that's really fun. They are just hilarious, and I wish you guys could meet them because they're just the funniest kids I've ever seen. Like on Wednesday, they had their teacher played the All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, and they were all like dancing in their seats, and then they were getting up and doing ballet twirls and around their desks, and just they were having the time of their life, just being goofy and silly, and it just was really funny. So I thought that was really cool. I really love the school here. If I could have this kind of environment, like everyone at that school has been so welcoming to me. The principal, the secretaries, the kind of the groundskeeper for the school, everyone's just been, the gym teachers that I never actually work with, but they, everyone has just been really helpful and friendly and talked to me, and I can say hi to everyone in the hall, and it's really just, it feels like I'm a part of that school. I'm not just someone who's coming in and kind of viewed as an outsider. I really do feel like I'm part of that school. On Monday, the other auxiliary and I have been invited to go to dinner with the Premier Cyclo team, which is like 1st and 2nd grade, I think. If it's at least 1st, it might include 2nd, I'm not sure. But to go to dinner with them, they're not going to go to the school holiday party because it's too expensive, so they invited us to come with them. So I'm a little bummed that I won't be at the school holiday party, but it's really cool that some teachers, especially the teachers that I'm close to, want us to be with them. So we'll be doing that. I'm going to miss the school Christmas presentation, I think, because I'm coming home to the States, but I'm been helping some of the first graders practice for that, and I saw the 2nd graders practice yesterday, and they're really, really funny, and they're really into it, and it should be really fun for the parents. It's actually done in the playground of the school. There's like a big stage outside. They don't have a stage, or they don't even actually have a gym, so all PE is done outside, and this performance will be done outside. So cross your fingers that it should be good weather. It usually is. It isn't actually that cold. It's in the 60s today, so it's really nice. Sorry, I'm tired. Ugh. Let's see. I really don't know what else to talk about the school. I really love the school. I'm excited to see what we're gonna do until May. I'm planning on taking lots of pictures at Christmas of Christmas that we do in the States and talking about it when I come back. So sorry, my hands, I keep touching my face today. I still got this cold and it's just not going away. Maybe I'm allergic to something here that's just because it's such a different climate. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with the school. But it should be really fun. The other auxiliary is actually one of my friends. We met through school, obviously, and then we just, she lives in Roquetas, and so we just have been hanging out a lot, and then she's actually from Austin, Texas. So it's kind of cool to have someone who gets, the southern stuff, the Texas stuff, that we both miss the same things. I love you guys, and I will see some of you in a week, and if I don't see you, I'm really sorry. I'm only in the States for a couple weeks, and I will see you in June or later this summer, or at the very least probably at my wedding. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will try and do another video later. Love you guys. Bye.